All right, we are back in Studio K, and I'm here with Rupert Angeleyes. How are you?
I think I'm okay.
Okay, unsure right now.
A little bit of chaos, you
Yeah,
know, but
yeah.
I embrace the chaos.
Yeah, that's great. We just heard "Make Out Lately," "In the Light," "Chlorine Drifts," and "Talk to Me," which are all songs from your most recent release, Pillowtalk, which came out April 20th of this past year. And now that the album has been out for a couple months, do you feel like you've gotten into the groove of playing these songs with a full band and live and all that good stuff?
That's a good question. I love my band very much, and I've just been rehearsing the same songs over and over again for a solid year or so.
Mm-hmm.
So I often wonder to myself, are they tired of playing the same songs over and over again? They do a great job of playing the songs day in and day out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Somehow I am still screwing up the lyrics and the guitar solos all the time.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite song off the album to perform live? Because I know that you recorded the majority of the instruments for the album yourself, correct?
Correct.
And so I wanted to know if you had one that you especially enjoy playing, with a whole group of people with you.
I think my most favorite song to play off the album is the last song, Postcards.
Okay.
Because it involves impromptu verses, one or the other. And I've gone back and forth, maybe write out the verses, script on paper, and just read it off of paper. But there's something exhilarating to me where it's like you don't have any paper, you don't have anything written.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then see what comes out of your mouth.
Yeah, you get to do some improvisational stuff with the group, which is fun.
Unfortunately, I find myself putting my foot in my mouth quite often,
Yeah.
That's part of the process as well.
Yeah, I get that for sure. And, we have a few familiar faces in studio with us today. And I was wondering how you sort of came upon this lovely group of local musicians. I know that you were away from Minneapolis for a while and then came back, so I would love to know the story of how you connected with these people.
I know. Well, how much time do you got? It's a long story.
Yeah.
I'll try and do it as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Elliot, the drummer, we lived together in a Park Avenue, and I know his wife very well. And 10 years ago, she was like, "Oh, you should have Elliot play the drums."
Mm-hmm.
He started playing the drums. Skylar, the bass player, he's the most long-standing member of the band at this point.
Okay.
And I recall my mom saying something like, "Kyle, why don't you just, if you want a bass player, why don't you go to Guitar Center and just put up a flyer? Come on, just you want a rock and roll a bass player, put up a flyer." And I was like, "No, Mom, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that."
Yeah.
Turns out moms are right sometimes, though.
That's true.
And I did not go to Guitar Center, but I did make a post on Facebook, and I
Yeah.
found Skylar.
Cool.
Immediately, within posting it online, within 5 minutes, Skylar was like, "Oh, yep, I can play. Here's my SoundCloud," And I found him, and I admire his music so much. Skylar, his band is called Controversial New Skinny Pill. From there, Ivor, I know him from, we went to college together. I was like, what is it, like a Holden Caulfield, kind of like a stubborn person,
Sure.
And I just thought I was the smartest person in the room. Really, I was not. I was just a rude person, you know. And the only person that I could find who was smarter than me was Ivor, you know. He's way smarter than I am. And we connected in college then. I haven't seen him in like, I don't know, 15 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
So then only 6 months ago, I just pulled him in, you know. Yes, sorry, I mean, I have many
No,
band
that's
members.
okay.
Do you
No,
want
I
me to keep
know.
going?
I get it.
can
You
keep
can-
telling you about all of my friends. I
Yeah.
like talking. I'm a chatty Cathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you about how much I like Orion. I liked him very much.
Where'd you find him?
Yeah.
I found Orion. My fondest memory of Orion, the guitar player for Rupert Angeleyes, Radio K, Real College Radio, is I have this fond recollection of going to see him at this DIY space, Arise bookstore. It's on like Lindell and 25th, not existent anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I had this like grandiose idea in my mind. Oh my gosh, what if I take rock and roll guitar and add synthesizers to it? Like, I thought that was like the most brilliant idea. Turns out it's not that original. And I found Orion playing in his band Extraterrestrials, or sorry, Phantom Tales. And I just was so inspired by him.
Mm-hmm.
So I roped him in.
Yeah.
To be in my band. The stories go on and on.
Yeah, no, I know, I get it.
apologize. I digress.
No, that's okay.
You've made a great question. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I can talk for a long time.
It's a part of, you know, what I love about Minneapolis and what I'm sure everyone in the room loves about Minneapolis is how interconnected, you know, so many bands and musicians are, and so it's cool to have, you know, some familiar faces in time and time again. That's awesome.
Yes, like you know people over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. And
What about Monica?
Yeah, don't talk about the girl.
well, yeah, and Monica, who we've had in before.
Oh yes, okay, yes. I should go around the room. I'm missing some people.
Literally everyone but the girl.
No, okay, no. Okay, yeah. Monica, I love playing music with her. It was about 2 years ago. My dad died suddenly, out of nowhere, freaky deaky, and I was living in Milwaukee at the time. And within a week or so, I just wrote as many songs as I could, and I drove up to Minneapolis to try and record as much as I could. You know, 48 hours, record as much as you can. And I have like some type of Rolodex, you know, friends who I know, some people I don't really know. At the time, Monica was somebody who I did not know well, but it's like I kind of know them.
Yeah.
And since that moment of recording that project, I just realized that Monica was just my closest friend, and I just talked to her every day since. And yeah, at a certain point, about a year ago I think, she insisted that she's part of the band.
Bullied.
I'm in your band. She bullied it in, yeah. Which I am thankful for.
Yeah.
She's one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And then Andrew, the saxophone player. Okay, I don't know him very well at all. If I were to be very candid and very honest.
Yes.
This is the second show that we've played together.
Oh,
We
no
practiced
way.
like twice.
Cool.
I don't know his parents, I don't know his friends, I don't know anything. I just know that he's talented, and I look forward to getting to know him better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know you very well. But I'm looking
I'll
forward
get
to
my parents
getting
out
to
here.
know
We'll,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they'll love you.
Well, I appreciate the candor. I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, that's my crew. That's my
yeah.
crew.
Cool. Well, and speaking of, you know, being influenced by the people around you, I know that you toured with Dent May, and you kind of have talked about how some music that you heard while you were on tour influenced the sound of this album to some extent, and I was wondering if off the top of your head you have any like songs or artists that come to mind about that point in time that kind of connect with this album as well.
That's a good question. Dent May is one of my favorite friends because he's like he does like wedding DJ stuff all the time. He's always like digging through, trying to find all the songs, all the tracks. Do you know this thing by this person? Do you know this thing by this person? You'd like this. I am the dum-dum where like, I just think to myself, oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to delve into all the different types of music, but my favorite thing is having a friend who DJs for you, you know, who knows your style. Adriana, is that your name?
It is.
Yes, so like I imagine, you know, what is Adriana's style? Find that and then, you know, make that playlist, you know.
Yeah, so you had sort of like a personalized experience in terms of having someone that has a bunch of musical knowledge and can kind of bestow it on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was going through like a big like prefab sprout style.
Oh, sure.
I was into that, and China Crisis, like the plasticky. I think it must be like late 80s.
Sure. Yeah. Well, and I
Into that.
totally see that, like, even from a aesthetic perspective, that like late 80s with the pink and the teal and the synth, and I think it's kind of it's all wrapped up in a pink and teal package, which totally suits the vacation-y vibe of the album. And I was wondering how you, especially in the cover art, you know, you see the pool in the background and the sunglasses, and if that was an intentional thing when you were picking all of these songs, that you were like, I see that this is the overlapping theme here, or if it just kind of materialized for you and you were like, I want this to feel like I'm sitting by a pool and relaxing with someone, who knows who, per se. But yeah, how you...
I agree. It's both at the same time.
Yeah.
I purposely curated all the songs to be on the record Pillowtalk.
Okay.
Because there was a similar theme. You
Sure.
know? On the other hand, I just write songs all the goddamn time, you know.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I'm writing a disco song. I'm writing like a terrible like hip hop trap song or something for Skylar's birthday, I think, you know. Like I'm just writing stuff all the time, you know. So Pillow Talk is like a culmination of like, after like, you know, a fair amount of years, what is like the theme that is there?
Yeah.
What's the thing that's collected? And apparently it is escapism,
Sure.
swimming pools,
Yeah.
pizza, food, and like sleeping.
Yeah.
I don't know. That somehow, when I really like boiled it down to like the main thing, somehow it's just food, sleep, swimming,
Awesome.
and cuddling. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
all you really need. But
Yeah. I love
I
that.
digress.
Yeah. And I know you've also talked about the importance of costumes in your performances. Do you have one that sticks out to you as your like favorite of all time? Or you were like, that was super cool to put together?
Yeah, I used to live in Los Angeles, and Santee Alley, like the fashion district, I used to have like this like cape that I would wear.
Mm-hmm.
You could get all sorts of different fabric that would be like, I don't know how to describe it, holographic, or like you go back and forth and it would
Yeah.
be wishy-washy. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm a terrible seamstress, you know. So like I try and sew.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite one. Wearing this like weird feathered cape, that I had to keep sewing together night after night.
Yeah, cool. It's a labor of love.
Truly,
Yeah.
I know, and it gets like sweaty and
Yeah.
it gets like weird and like I don't know. Currently, I am trying to figure out like what type of costume to make all of these Rupert Angelites wear. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Any ideas rumbling around?
I don't know. I did jumpsuits. I've done
Ooh.
that too many times. Yeah, sequins. I've done that already. Monica LaPlante insists that I not wear black. Don't make everybody wear all black.
Yeah.
Can't
Because it doesn't
see.
look good for like, for photographs.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
I
guess you
pondered
watch.
for a long time thinking about like what I should wear today going into the Radio K studio.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just thought I would dress myself as I feel.
True.
Short shorts and a shirt that I love.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Keep it casual.
Yeah, exactly. All right. To wrap it up, I have our like Radio K trademark question, which is if you could build a bill, 3 or 4 other artists that you get to play with, what would be kind of your dream lineup?
Hmm.
That's a tough one.
I know. I'm thinking about it. I guess the dream lineup would be like all my friends there.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, the dream lineup would be all the people who are playing with me right now. That's who I want there for
Yeah.
the dream lineup.
That's lovely. I've kind of gotten that answer, honestly, the past few interviews that I've done. It sounds like the consensus is that people want to play with their friends and the people that they get to play with already, which is
Yes.
so lovely and sweet.
I like them for a reason.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. All right, so
Oh.
what's next?
Yes. May I plug something real
Yes,
quick?
I was just gonna say, got any shows
Oh,
coming
yes,
up?
jumping the gun there.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
You're good.
I would like to promote Rupert Fest. Saturday, June 22nd. At Palmer's with Alonzo, Jumbos, Rupert Angeleyes, yours truly, Monica LaPlante, Time Room, and Cowboy Thoughts. That's Saturday, June 22nd, Rupert Fest at Palmer's. Please show up to that thing.
Awesome.
Give me all of your money.
All right. So yeah, like you said, your album Pillowtalk, it's streaming, all that good stuff. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. Thanks for coming in.
Adriana, thank you for this conversation. Thank you for interviewing me. I appreciate it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, of course. You're so welcome. This has been Off the Record on Radio K, Real College Radio.